And you were living in a van out there?
I was living in Ford Taurus, so like a
Okay.
little small, like a small long car kind of.
Damn, bro.
So it was me and Jay living in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay, but when
yeah.
you say living, like, give us a rundown. Like you, like you guys.
oh,
are-
like sleeping in there.
come on.
Wake up
Yeah.
video back to
Parking like where? Like you're parking in like parking lots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Or-
we were mostly near UCLA.
Okay.
That's where
That's
we were
where we're
mostly.
doing the videos.
And then yeah, that's where we're mostly at. And then yeah, dude, the crazy thing about it is like we were living in there, and there was times where I was like, yo, is there like a fan we could stay at or whatever, like this is that, like just trying to find a place to stay. And we found a place to stay with like a family. Like it was like a 20-year-old kid. No, he was 21, and then the brother was my age, so I was about 18 at the time.
Okay.
And what was crazy is, man, it was like I would say this was the most interesting part of my life, because like we like moved in with like a family for like a year. Like they let us stay for
Strangers, complete
like
strangers.
Like we
That's crazy.
lived, and they were like a rich family.
Okay.
Like it was the mother, it was the 2 sons, and they had like 3 dogs. And unfortunately, like the father wasn't in life because like he committed suicide and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was like a photographer. But yeah, like rich family, great family. Like the son was an actor. The other brother, he loved to create art. Like it was like a White House,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
like in like Woodland Hills, so like a rich part area,
Okay.
Tarzana. And yeah, so we were staying there for like a day or two. And the mom was just so nice. She was just like, yo, like, do you guys want to stay here for like whatever, like any?
She liked
how
having
long-
company, maybe. Like
She was
I
like,
gonna
yo,
say,
yeah.
How did you pull that off though? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
they knew what you were doing, like the videos and stuff. Dope.
They knew what I was doing. They loved my videos. The mom loved my videos, and the son did. The 2 sons. And yeah, they just told us like, yo, like the mom offered it to us, and they were like, yo, do you want to stay here? Like you can stay here for as long as you want.
What a blessing, bro.
We were sleeping on air mattresses in like a room. And
That's-
yeah, we just took care of 3 dogs every day, just cleaned the house. The dogs were crazy. They were like, they like ruined everything. Always go in the trash and stuff.
Fucking chewing
Yeah,
shit.
it was really bad. And then we were just taking care of the dogs, taking them to the dog park. Basically filming, taking the dogs to the dog park, trying to help clean the house here and there. Just like doing anything we
That's
can
the grind,
to make
bro.
What a
That's the
life.
grind. And
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because you weren't making any money from content at that point.
No, not at all.
So how are you funding your project? I mean, like obviously, you're staying at someone's house.
yeah.
Maybe you're using iPhone, but like a lot of content creators go through this. At the beginning, when they're not making money, they can't buy equipment, they can't rent things out, right? So like, what was your mindset behind all that? Like in terms of the financial side of things, and trying to put yourself in a position to be able to keep doing it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when I'm like thinking about like videos and stuff, I don't really think of the other side of like trying to fund myself
Yeah.
Okay.
and trying to like help. I'm just like totally on it. Like I'm
You
like,
look totally on it when you're in it, bro.
yeah.
straight
So
up.
like I kind of do it more. Obviously, making money is like the goal. Like you want to
Yeah.
make money.
Well, you
off
wanna
doing
keep
what you're
doing it, yeah.
Exactly. So like my mindset was just like, dude, just make the best shit that you can, and everything else is gonna fall into place. So like, that was just my.
you just
I-
keep
my mindset.
I
grinding
was gonna
at
say,
it.
how do you? What are you telling your parents at this point? Like now you're living with these people. Like
I was
How
gonna
many
say that's
people-
more than a day now, you know? 'Cause
I actually did a lot of things. So before living with them, a guy that I like met in Santa Monica during the time we were staying in the car and stuff, he had a friend with him or whatever, and I met him, and the friend was like Ethiopian,
okay, my
and
brother.
yeah, so
Okay.
he let me. They let me and Jay stay for like a night or two. This was
Mhm.
before we met the family and stuff, and things I would do to like kind of like tell my mom, like kind of get her to calm down. The guy was Ethiopian, so I was like, "Yo, could you act like just be an Ethiopian brother and just like talk them down?"
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he was just on the phone with them, like speaking Amharic, Ethiopian language,
Yeah.
and for mothers that are Ethiopian, if they spot another Ethiopian that like speaks Amharic,
trust.
they kind of
It's comfort.
they kind of get down low and they're
Yeah.
just like, okay, at least he's with someone safe. I don't know why they would think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kind of like the mindset I
Yeah,
get from like
yeah.
Ethiopian mothers, but
So
yeah,
you got a
so
paid actor to take care of it.
basically, I mean, he was like kind of a cool guy, and he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Ethiopian, so I was like, hey man, like my
You
mom's
still boys with
tripping
him
out.
or what?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
dope.
Yeah. She was calling him when we left that house. She was calling him like every week, and he was just hitting me up like, "Yo, what do I say?" Like,
That's crazy.
yeah. So I was just
Okay.
kind of trying to elongate it as much as possible, and then eventually I turned 18, so it was she kind of like calmed down on that,
Okay.
and that was the time I met Kyle on Instagram.
That's how you did
How
it
does
through,
that
through
start?
IG.
Yeah. Walk us through that. How does that start?
Were you trying to get their attention? to begin with?
Yeah, I did one of the videos that they did. They were like screaming in the gym. I did one of those, and I like tagged NELK boys. I just thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny, and yeah, so I did it, and he didn't like DM me off that video, but like he DM'd me randomly, like, yo, we should film something, and I was like, yeah, I'm totally down. The first interaction I had with him on Instagram and stuff, like, we were supposed to do a video, I think at Coachella or something like that. I don't really know too much. I don't remember.
Okay.
But that was the time, and then I accidentally actually didn't text him, like, cause I didn't know what we were doing. There was a reason why I didn't text him, cause I was like, I don't know if I was nervous or some shit, but I don't know what happened. But we did a video together. We did like sneezing on people. This is like way before COVID. With, like a spray bottle. It was like just an Instagram like
those,
quick
yeah.
prank, and it did like amazing. So we started doing more videos together, and yeah. I don't know,
What
it
do you
just
What
kept
do you
going.
think caught their attention? How often were you posting, for example? Like, were you super consistent?
Towards the beginning, actually, of meeting Kyle and stuff, I wasn't like being as consistent, because that's when I was like, all right, this is serious. We're getting like 2-3 million views per video.
Wow.
Like, we gotta like, we can't just do anything. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We gotta do the best
There's
shit.
some thought behind it now.
Yeah, so I was basically doing it like damn near like once every 2 weeks, like trying to get something out.
Okay.
And I was very hard-headed about a lot of shit. I was just like, yo, I don't want to like do this one.
Are you like a perfectionist kind of? Like when it
Yeah.
comes to videos and shit?
Yeah.
Like you'll watch it like 10 times.
I'm a
be like, I
perfectionist.
don't like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a perfectionist. So like with ideas and stuff, I'm like, I don't really like doing that. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, this is that. Like, it rarely catches my eye of like an actual good idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hit me up, and we did videos together. Like I said, and yeah, we just hit it off. I don't know.
At that point, like, what was going on through your head? Like, did you feel like you could be like an important part of this team?
No, not at all.
No, eh?
I mean, when I was watching them, obviously it was Kyle and Jesse. That was when I was like really, really watching them.
Yeah.
And then Steve came in, and this is the time like Steve was like, he was like killing it on YouTube, like
Yeah.
doing a lot of challenges. And then yeah, he basically just started. I think he was at like a mil or two.
Okay.
But yeah, the time I met Steve was at Brad's house. It was a time when they were living at Brad's house. I don't know
Okay.
if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just cool. I mean, like the environment was like cool. I don't know.
Were you
Oh,
nervous? Like, were you? Like,
Oh, 100%.
I was gonna say, walking in, like, now you see a team. You know, I got these editors, like filmers. Like, what's that like? Being like, okay, this is like,
Yeah,
these
from
guys
going
take
from
it
like iPhone
serious.
and shit,
Yeah.
like to going
Yeah,
full production. You know.
it changed my perspective, because I was just like, dude, this is like serious.
Yeah,
Now it's
yeah.
not like, but like the thing is, like, it's very fun in the beginning, and I think that's when people really, really hit their prime. Is when, obviously, you're gonna take it seriously to some extent, but
Yeah.
like when it's like just fun and you're not really giving a fuck, like it's just like
the
that's
best
when it's
time.
like
Yeah.
the best time.
Just
I still
feeling
don't
good.
give a fuck, huh?
Yeah, like you're like when you're just like feeling good, like things are just flowing.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
like even like meeting Kyle that time, we were like just not giving a fuck, like just doing anything like that was funny, like doing
Yeah.
this and that. And I remember that was the time where like Steve was doing shit on Brad. Like he was like fucking with him so much. So yeah, that was the time. I remember the conversation we had the first time at Brad's house. It was just like, well, we talked before at the Claw House.
Okay.
I remember I went there for the first time, and that was around the time that they were about to leave and like move into their own place. But yeah, I mean the conversation that we had, I think that like really like kind of got us together was honestly women.
Yeah.
Um,
Of course,
You
Matt,
can agree with women.
guys.
Like, no.
Dudes
We were
can
just talking about
dudes
women.
can
Agree
yeah,
on.
bond on that. You know.
yeah, I think that's where it was like, all right, now I'm kind of comfortable.
You're
with
like,
these
what? You like
guys.
bitches? I like bitches. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah,
this.
like in a way, yeah. I think that was the time I was like kind of comfortable, and I
Yeah.
was just like, all right, these guys are cool as shit. Like, they're just
Was there
normal.
like a sort of like a welcoming thing where it's like, okay, like everybody meet Salim, Salim's on the team, and like this is what we're doing, like.
Yeah, it was the time where we let me think. Oh yeah, when we moved into the Fredonia house
Okay.
in
Okay.
Studio City.
Yeah.
That was the time because they hadn't moved in, so we moved in the same time they moved in.
Oh,
basically.
together. Okay.
All together.
Yeah.
So Kyle hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you want to check out the house you're gonna live in?" Me and Jay were just like, "What the fuck?" Are we
Tripping
about-
out.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking, we're like, "Yo, we're actually about to find a house. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we're about to have a place to live. Maybe."
We don't have
Maybe.
to walk the dogs and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
we were just hoping, like, dude, it would be amazing. So yeah, Kyle moved us in. It was cool, and like, yeah.